Hello and welcome back to Outside the Box, an MLS podcast. My name is Juanners,
This is Daniel.
I'm Joss.
and we are officially into the MLS regular season. Sorry, not the regular season. The MLS postseason. We are in the Audi MLS Cup playoffs, and with that,
Do you miss the regular season already, Juanners?
I do, only because I wanted to bet so much more. But the playoffs.
That's called an addiction, dude. That's called a problem.
Listen, I only bet MLS. So when these games are like coming to a close, It's like, damn, I really am gonna be without money lines and goal scorers for.
It's like you're missing. It's like you're missing a dog or something. Yeah, it's sad.
I only drink beer, so that's the same thing.
That's valid. Though I do have some various other vices. That is not the point, though, because we have playoff betting, so we're still good with that. Just one word of advice to all the bettors out there: don't bet the money line in the playoffs. It's not worth it. Just go goal total or goal scorers or assists, as I do. But we're gonna get into the playoff picture. But before we do, we have a final eulogy episode for all the teams that did not make the playoffs. We're going to go through from the bottom, the wooden spoon winner, DC United, all the way to New York Red Bulls, who finished above a playoff team in RSL but are not in the playoffs. Just love MLS here. But we're going to ask one reason to be excited for next year, one change that desperately needs to happen, and a player who absolutely deserved better. Let's go straight into it with DC United, fellas. The first one, of course, is the era of Erkut Sogut. I want to ask y'all how y'all feeling about that before transitioning into the three questions here. But that's obviously going to be the big talking point here. What are we thinking about this sports agent taking in the roles of general manager? Anyone want to lead off?
It's interesting. It's an interesting move, and I'll give them that. Look, DC United, they needed a change. That is bottom of the barrel. That's what they needed. They have not been a very fun team to watch for a long time. And I mean, last year they had the Golden Boot winner and still missed the playoffs. So this year, with Christian Benteke having regressed, because of course that was going to happen, DC United had a lot less fun, a lot more misery, and are deserved spoon winners. So it seems like their strategy to change that is do something similar to the Ted Lasso show and get somebody who has never done the job before and put them into the job that they're in. I mean, I guess being a sport agent is kind of like being a general manager, but no one knows for sure. So I'm curious to see what'll happen. I mean, it's different, and DC United need different.
Daniel, any thoughts?
I I like that take. I like the Ted Lasso analogy. It makes me happy. It makes me feel like this could work. But Ted Lasso is also a fictional TV show on Apple TV where you can find MLS Season Pass, if anyone's wondering. So I think DC United's kind of at the point where they're kind of try to throw shit at a wall and see what sticks. I can't say I blame them. You see sports organizations do this all the time across multiple different sports, and more often than not, it doesn't work. But the teams that are typically doing that aren't the wooden spoon winners in their given sport. So I think, if anything, it's them trying to go a different direction, and maybe this is where I'm hoping this leads. Maybe this leads to better talent recruitment to the DMV. And that would be ultimately what we would like to see out of a DC United team that has fallen so far from glory. So do I think the move is going to play out? If I had to put money on it, no. But if you were to ask me, Daniel, do you think this move is interesting? I would say yes. And that's about all I got on this. Because I don't know what to make of it. It's just so different than anything we've seen. I mean, what do you think, Juanners?
Well, I don't know if you guys have seen, but Mr. Sogut is a author he's written like 3 novels out there, and I can't, and they're all about like the underworld of the soccer underbelly, and it's like, wow, like I wonder how much of this is like inferring on his like, you know, real seeings and sights and sounds, and you know, but I don't know, there's something about me wanting to read up on all of this guy's novels just to like really get into the mind of Erkut Soga, but you know, part of me is rooting for this. Like, so I'm here for it just on a vibes level, because it is silly. You know what I mean? It is increasingly silly to have this guy who is representing the coach, no less, like in Renee Weiler, like to be in charge of the whole thing. It's just so silly. I'm here for it. And if it's like a car accident, you can't help but just watch. You know what I mean? But welcoming into the show, we got Jeremy, who we kind of started without him, but he's here now. Jeremy, what is one reason to be excited for next season for DC? One change that needs to happen, and a player who absolutely deserved better.
I'm hopping on, and this is the question I have to answer.
Yes.
For being late.
Yeah. Put you on
This
the
is
spot. It's pop quiz.
The equivalent of running suicides.
this is true. I am absolutely running suicides here. Okay, so the first question is run through that again really quickly.
So, as you know, our eulogy episode, we are answering these prompts for each team. One reason to be excited for next season, one change that needs to happen, and a player on the team who deserved better, whether it be, you know, played hard and is just on a shite team, and you know, like, you know, just who, or you know, the guy that just, you know, brought his lunch pail and every day worked hard, and he's like, or you know, whoever you may feel bad for in, you know, injury. Like, I got a bunch of these different guys that deserve better, but what would be yours for DC?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but they were the team that put out that graphic of them eating the most hot dogs? Or was that them or the Red Bulls? It was one of them.
I thought that was DC. Or not,
Yeah,
Dallas. I thought that was Dallas.
It could have been any of them, you know. That's the beauty of this league. That could be one thing for them to be excited about. You know, they're at least eating a lot of hot dogs over there. But on the field, one thing for them to be excited about is a full season of healthy João Peglo, who I didn't think was too terrible last year. But I mean, you can't build a team with just one winger. But you gotta find someone else to play across from him too. So I think he can be a good building block though. What was the second part of that? I just woke up, guys. Like,
good. Well, I mean, before we move on to the other one, does anyone else have any reason to be excited for DC in Daniel or Joss?
I have one.
Peglo.
Okay, what is it, Daniel?
It's more of a hunch than anything because there's nothing official on this. But given his age and given the new direction that DC United's playing to go, I think you can be excited about the potential of Christian Benteke leaving. And I would not be shocked if we see that this winter. Okay. Nothing but speculation and a complete hunch and vibes in my brain. Okay, but well, that would be exciting.
Let's talk. So this is the next question. One big change that needs to happen for DC. For me, I put down. I have a meme answer and I have my actual answer. My actual answer is Randall Leal and Benteke need to be off of those books, and you need to go find just more bang for your buck. Benteke is on the wrong side of 30, and he's in a heavily dependent system. We got to cross him the ball, and he can just be air Benteke, but like that has its limitations. And Leal is just the most injury-prone winger in the league since he started playing for Nashville. Like, this dude I don't even know if he's had 1,000 minutes since 2021. And he's getting paid like $1 million on DC. So besides like I guess Soka is a big change, but I'll throw it over to you guys. Any other big like one change that desperately needs to happen?
I think what they really need to do is hit on a DP. And Benteke's a DP, Peglo's a DP. They need to identify the position that they need to strengthen the most. I honestly believe that could be the number 10 role. I love Pirani.
Sorry, Peglo's a TAM player.
He's a TAM player? Okay, wait, it's Peltola. That's who it is. Okay. Peltola's the DP.
Nope. He's also a TAM player.
Jesus Christ! They just went without the DP. It was just Benteke.
They had Click.
Yeah, it was Click and Benteke.
Yeah, so after the so they've only had one DP all year.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Good God, guys. Good God. So one thing they need to fix, get another DP, guys. Try and compete with only one DP and having that DP be Benteke, who, I mean, yeah, very good 2024. Congratulations on his golden boot. But you can't build the plane out of just Christian Benteke winning every single header. You tried that for 1 year. It didn't work. You need a creative, probably right winger. I know I said number 10 earlier, but like I'd be disloyal to my boy Pirani. So get an actual game changer on the right wing, and who knows? Maybe you finish 12th next year.
I'm gonna move ahead to player who deserved better. My pick.
Can I wait? I have one change.
Oh yeah,
I have one change. The GM.
Oh.
Even though he just got in, the fuck are
that's
you
so
doing?
mean.
Obviously, but they're not gonna do that.
No, but they're not gonna do that. But my suggestion is
they should
when he's done laundering money out of DC, because that's what he's mattress firming them. That's what this is, and I will be the first to say it. Allegedly,
yeah.
Prediction is
there's a little bit of snake oil to this.
It feels like DC United is being laundered money out of somehow. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's happening, but I think it's probably a curse for having Wayne Rooney and Lucho Acosta on the same team and then not being any good. That's my 2 cents.
Allegedly. So, which player deserved better, y'all? Because I have Jose Kijima on here. I just kind of feel that he could have had a much more productive season elsewhere as like a good rotational player, and instead he just had to eat shit on DC United. But him, and then I was gonna put Jackson Hopkins, but he had a good year, and Jose Kijima did not. So throw it over to y'all. Who deserved better on the field, on the roster? I guess I should say.
Would it be a cop out if I say Gabriel Piriani? Because he was a walking banger, and I feel like he was completely underutilized until the back half of the season, and by then it was just a little too late. And quite frankly, he's also one of those guys that I think can go on 10 to 15 other teams in the league and be much better and probably be in the playoffs right now. And it's just complete misuse of talent around him. And quite frankly, I mean, he only has an option until 2027, so his window is next year. That's it. So definitely need to get that situation figured out because he's a good player. Get some talent around him.
Jeremy, Joss?
Juanners isn't going to like this answer too much, but Aaron Herrera.
I
think he deserves quite. Yeah, I think he deserves quite a bit more.
My answer is Caden Clark. Does he count? 4 games on this roster.
I mean, Caden Clark
forgot he was there.
Montreal to DC.
He went from Montreal to DC, so that's like vacationing at Chernobyl after escaping Hiroshima. So I'm not saying it's any like much of an improvement. However, I mean, 4 games on this roster, that for me, I feel like that counts.
Yeah, I mean, before him, it was Fidel Barajas, who never got a shout on this team. So
Yeah.
There's the rage moments, but they got so good.
Can-
They got Renee Weiler. What's
Can I
up?
change my answer?
Yeah.
Can I change my answer to Matthias Click?
No.
And I have a reason for it. He went
God.
from being on a team where he was bad and nobody knew about it because nobody watched him, to a team that was bad and everybody knew about it because everybody watched him because they were supposed to be good.
True.
That motherfucker was supposed to be undercover bad. And he ended up being full blown bad.
That's true.
Yeah, that dude got put on blast. It took like all of 3 weeks for everyone to say, "Holy shit, this dude's old. He does not have it anymore." And if he was on DC, we wouldn't have figured that out till like week 25.
I like that take. I think that's funny.
All right. I like how we all went different ways, even with the switch up there. I'm all here for it. Let's talk to the next team, Atlanta United, who they definitely fooled all of us. At the very least, me and I think Josh for sure. And when it came to hype for them,
They fooled all of us. Yeah, we had them at we had them at 1-1, 2-1.
Yeah, they didn't fool me. Yeah, I only thought they'd finish in second.
Well, fellas, what is one reason to be excited for next season? I have here no Gaffer Ronnie. Does anyone else?
That's exactly what I have. That's exactly what I have. Yes.
Yeah. No
No more
Gaffarani.
Gaffarani.
Are we thinking Tata
And-
in? Tata in?
That's the rumor. That's crazy, isn't it?
They can't go to the nostalgia well again, can they?
Yeah, because that worked so well with Miguel Almiron.
Watch them go and get Joseph just to feel something.
Oh, just to bring the boys back.
And I can't wait for them to end up in the same spot because I'm not falling for this. I'm
I
just
can't
not.
lie. If they went and got Josef and Tata and keep Miggy, that would fool me. I'd be all in again. I won't lie to you guys.
Yeah, but like if they got Miggy or if they got Hosov, it's just like, okay, now still what do we do with Moranchuk? He's just there. We're gonna have him play double pivot. He's a striker.
Wrong Moranchuk, by the way.
Yeah, which brother?
Oh,
is
really?
No,
We're talking about
that's-
Alexi Moranchuk, correct?
Yeah, we are. He just has a brother, and Juan and I are convinced that Atlanta signed the wrong one.
Holy shit. I just you have no idea how fast I just went to my keyboard. I was like, what the fuck are these guys talking about?
It's a pretty common last name.
They're thinking about Anton. They're not thinking about Alexi. They think the paperwork was wrong. It really had Anton's name on it the entire time.
Yep, that's my running theory because what does he even do? Yeah, Gaffarani being gone is a major plus for this Atlanta team. I think in terms of, I think that this is also a level of anxiety for Atlanta fans because are they going to make the right coaching hire? And as a Sporting KC fan, I'm in the same boat. But I was decently convinced by the Gaffarani hire. I mean, the guy won MLS Cup with CFC in 2021. Like, from the outside of it, it looks like a good hire, but it was not possible. Things did not work. So if I'm an Atlanta fan, I'm glad he's gone, but I'm also worried about who are they gonna bring in.
I think COVID's gonna have this butterfly effect because if you remember, New York got through because Philly had half their team like decimated due to the COVID protocols, right? So I feel like in a different year, Philly wins that, and we never even think about Ronnie as this guy that just we don't even see him strip in Providence Park. We're saved from so many fucking moments.
It's also worth noting that in that Philly game, they still took down the penalties with half their team decimated due to COVID.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know who Gaffarani's gonna fool, but Atlanta for sure. It's like that coaching hire is gonna be like pivotal. But one change that needs to happen, fellas. My pick here is their acquisition, their philosophy in acquisition, because they have like no gam whatsoever. So like all the players that you spent to bring here, those are the players that you got for next year. You gotta hope you can figure it out, right? But beyond that, I mean, they have like no youth movement going on in Atlanta. What are y'all thinking? Big change that needs to happen. I mean, It was Gafferani like months ago. We could have told you that, you know?
The big change that needs to happen for Atlanta. Wow. I don't know what like big change there can be because they're basically locked into all these DPs. Um, I think the big change is saying goodbye to Brooks Lennon. Because I think that's one area of the team that you can upgrade at that's not going to cost a whole lot of money and not going to cost a high value roster slot. I just think that's the easiest upgrade they can make.
Anyone else have any changes they want to see?
I am excited for Brad Guzan for how good of a player he was and all the great moments he's given us since he's been in Major League Soccer. I think I'm excited for the Jaden Hibbert.
Yeah.
That career start. He might be the next really, really good Canadian goalkeeper. He's just so young and so raw, and there's just so much to see. So I like him. I've liked him when I watched him. I thought he looked a lot more lively in goal than Guzan did. If he can get better at playing the ball with his feet, then I think they have a really good goalkeeper there.
One player that deserved better. Mine, I'm pretty sure it might be everyone else's. A Johnny Fortune.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else
He was
got
so
a
good.
different shout? Anyone? I can't think of any other Atlanta players that deserve a shout.
I'm going to do a little thought exercise and try to find someone else besides a Johnny Fortune, just because I mean it's obviously a Johnny Fortune, but I wanna make the case for something else. Maybe Jamal Tiare,
Yeah, I
who
knew.
Yeah.
could be starting on an MLS team, but is sidelined behind Latte Laugh.
Boo.
That's an MLS record transfer, Juanners. I would not be booing him.
He stinks.
When was his last goal? Bruh. August 2nd in Leagues Cup. That's not even in MLS. His last goal in MLS was July 19th against Charlotte.
Of
Ugh.
course. Of course.
Of course.
In a game they lost, by the way.
Who here was fooled by Atlanta United for a very, very brief second after that Inter Miami game on Sunday Night Soccer?
No.
I definitely was.
You weren't fooled, Juanners?
I mean,
They look so good.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I
We're
got,
talking about
I
the
got more
2-1?
fooled by Dallas. When
Like reverse fold?
When Dallas went to fucking, where did Dallas go? They went to Miami and they won. And this was with Lucho. But no, I don't know.
But did they fool you? They made the playoffs.
Well, eventually they did. But Atlanta, I don't know. I've always, anytime I've seen Moranchuk on the ball, I just cringe, bro. That's all I. It like even in that match, I don't remember him having any effect, unless he scored like a hat trick or something, right?
No, they lost 2-1.
They lost to him, but they look good.
Atlanta,
but they look good.
They look good. They came down to the wire.
Participation points.
Man.
Fafa Pico scored an 89th minute winner.
Emmanuel Latelath scored one more goal than Theo Corbiano, and that's it.
So that's fun.
Crazy.
My pick for the player who deserves better, Patrick Weah, bro. Live up to that name, okay? You got George, you got Tim, Patrick Weah next up.
Wait, Patrick Weah's on.
He's on Atlanta United too. Yeah.
Oh, that's why I'm not seeing it.
He's got 9 goals in 24 games for Atlanta United too. So things are looking up for the Weah family.
I mean, if Jamal Tiare can't even get in ahead of Latte Lath, bro, this dude's gonna take a minute.
He's got a nepo baby his way in. I think that's the only way.
All right, we gotta get wait, who is it?
Patrick Weah.
Patrick Weah. Wasn't he at Minnesota?
He was.
What the fuck happened there? Why couldn't he netball his way there?
They're cold up there.
Because the Adrian Heath Nepo baby arc does not work up there. It only works if you want to work for Apple TV.
Maybe we can get Adrian Heath on Atlanta. Oh my God, that would be.
Oh, there we go. Now we're talking.
All right, hypothetical Atlanta becomes hypothetical Montreal. Let's talk about this team, y'all, because one reason to be excited is the youth is genuinely fun, is what I have here. Looking at some of these guys, I mean, we saw some of Ivan Jaime, who I really, really, really like as a DP. Jalen Neal, I know he had like a lot of injuries and never really like got the full starter, but towards the end of the year, he was, fully the starting center back. Gennady Seinchuk, the Ukrainian 10 for them is fun. They just got rid of Vrioni. So I don't know. I love Montreal, guys. Like honestly, they are my Eastern Conference team, and I can't help but root for them because they're just so much is stacked up against them. But one reason to be excited for Montreal next season, I'm going to go to Joss. Put you on the spot.
I am excited for Montreal next season because this team, like you said, is very young. I think that they've already made some sort of tough decisions. I think getting rid of Vrioni, deciding to make their coach a permanent coach. I think that that's a good choice as well because I feel like Montreal, they were kind of a joke at the beginning of the season, and that was for a lot of reasons, but I feel like over time they haven't been nearly as bad as people might think they've been. So I think that they're putting a lot of faith into Donadell to turn things around or to keep this form turnaround going. And Prince Owusu, gotta keep him. I mean, he got 13 goals for this team. Gotta keep him. He even missed a penalty against Cincinnati. Got to do whatever you can to build around him. I think that he will be the future for this team.
You do not have to say that.
I mean, he could have been more.
Man, why'd you have to dog my dude?
Oh, I'm sorry. I love Owusu. I think he's really, really good. I think he's really talented.
Jeremy, Daniel, what excites you about Montreal next season? One reason to be excited.
Who do you want to go first, Jeremy? You want me or you?
I'll take it. I'll take a quick stab at it. The thing that excites me about CF Montreal is Owusu and Ivan Jaime. I think you can score quite a bit of goals with those two leading in attack.
Daniel?
Mine are going to be two things. I got Prince Owusu as one, and for reasons of he's only 28, man. He's got another couple years in his prime, and he kind of came out of nowhere. I completely agree with Joss. When you're looking for a player to build around, that's a guy you can build around. 28, remember that. He's still in his prime, and if you can get him to score 18 plus goals next year, they could be a fringe team. And then the other part is their oldest player on the roster is 30. I mean, Juanners touched on it. The youth is a big thing. And these guys are incredibly young, which means that they should theoretically take a slight step forward next year, just even if they don't add anybody, because these guys are getting older. They've seen more. They're starting to play together more. And consistency and continuity is important. So
now, fellas, one big change for Montreal that needs to happen. Mine is simple. Just put the DPs in the bag, bro. And they're going to have a bunch of GAM. They have 1.6 million GAM to work with. I can't see why you don't take a stab with this. Either go further intra-league. Like the Vrioni shit did not work out. That was a tough spell for them, but that was going to be like one of the big changes. They already got rid of him. if you're gonna go stab at another DP, there's plenty of guys in the league I think you could go for in that cash for. And if not, like, just put the DPs in the bag, bro. Like, find someone that can just, like Ivan Jaime. That's one DP in the bag. 2 more, please, or another one and 2 additional U22s. But anybody else have a big change that needs to happen for Montreal?
Yeah, they need to have a very, very clear and concise mission in their front office, outside of just, hey, we are going to take the first high bid on our best youth prospects that we get to send them elsewhere, because that is not a winning formula, and it leads to them going on these skids of using the money to buy more young players and just continuing down that rabbit hole and never actually improving. So they need to have like a clear mission of, hey, this is our goals for this year. And if it's just doing what they've been doing, then what are we doing this for? And I don't think that they can consistently get away with being a bottom feeder. So I think they're going to make a change there.
Jeremy, Joss?
Can I offer the wildest name for that potential cash for?
Okay.
For a team that I think could use this DP coming off the books, recoup a little bit of money for them. Alexei Miranchuk.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait, here we go.
Man.
That's crazy.
I mean, they love their reclamation projects, don't they? I still think it's a massive missed opportunity they didn't get Kevin Cabral in the door. Like, have you ever heard of a better hypothetical Montreal player than Kevin Cabral? I haven't. So I feel like because they're intent on being cheap, you just go find DP busts around the league. Say this might not have worked for them, but it could work for us. A la Tobias Funke, and
Who?
maybe it does work for you.
Is that an
Who did you
Arrested
just
Development
say?
quote?
That's Arrested Development.
Yep, he just blew himself.
He did just blow himself. And there's got to be a better way to say that than by saying get Alexei Miranchuk on the CF Montreal, who will literally blew himself if that happens, considering the colors of their team. But yeah, so I think you just keep your eyes out for this DP isn't working. Let's try and cash for them, or maybe even do a GAM trade. You know, there was another DP that was underperforming on a team that at points was around the playoffs in the Western Conference, and he just put 2 goals past Portland this weekend. His name's Amal Pellegrino, and it was very clear
Remember the
that
name.
he was not. Yeah, and it was very clear that he was like just not a good fit for Bruce Arena's San Jose Earthquakes. Maybe you go find another guy like that. Like, what did San Diego have to do to get him? It was like a little bit of GAM. So if you're gonna have that GAM, like, why not? You slip Victor Wanyama on the bench. What does he even do?
Is he? I don't see him.
Did they move on from him?
I don't see him at all.
I've been assuming all year that he's just been there.
No,
Well,
he's not
I mean,
there.
because last year he was there, and they just would not play him. Courtois just did not want to play Victor Wanyama for some reason. So
what a strange time. But player that deserved better. Who do you guys have?
Prince Owusu.
Okay. Daniel, Jeremy? No one? I got Jules Ville.
I guess. Ooh.
He ended up on Toronto, but I don't know how he did not get any minutes in Montreal as one of their more exciting youth prospects. Like, I was fucking puzzled by that.
I'm going to say Jalen Neal. because had he stayed with the LA Galaxy, he wasn't making the playoffs. And obviously went to Montreal and didn't make the playoffs, and it kind of reminds me of that Spider-Man meme where they're just pointing at each other. Like no matter what he would have done, he just was gonna have a really bad year, and that's just it's like strangely poetic.
Jeremy, you got one?
Longstaff.
Okay. Why
Just going from Toronto then to Montreal, like leaving Toronto right as soon as it's like, oh, okay, I can see the project here, and now you're going to Montreal, and it's just like, that's annoying. I feel like because like once again the obvious answer is Owusu. I'm just trying to be like, oh, let's think of other players on this team. It's not Fernando Alvarez. It isn't that. People are somehow surprised that he got released. I don't think they watch him play that much.
Yeah, he's ass, bro.
But like I said on my meme team, he's going to make an error that leads to a goal, and then Thomas Aviles gets sent off. So he forms one of the best center back partnerships in the entire league. If you want your center backs to just be very bad, but yeah, I want to go Longstaff for this one because just as soon as there appears to be a light at the Toronto tunnel, they just send him to Montreal. That's gotta hurt.
Let's move ahead, guys. We all know the big change that Montreal needs to do is they need to get us on their books as GMs. If a sports lawyer novelist can do it in DC, I don't see why a bunch of podcast MLS bros can't do it in Montreal. I think everyone's just got to learn a little bit of French. But collectively, we all bring some French to the table, you know? Let's talk about Kansas City, though. And I want to have Joss lead off on all of these. I'm very interested to see which player you think deserved better. I may have an early bet on who you may pick, but tell us, and I'm pretty sure you have this reason. Everyone has this one reason to be excited for next season. For Kansas City, what is it, Joss?
A certain English fella who does not know the 6'7" meme, David Lee. Confirmed, by the way, that he does not know about 6'7" until he got shown it by Off to See the Wizards. So that's our impact on the club, is that we're filling him in. But yes, David Lee, the big announcement for SKC coming in, and basically it's his project to sort out. He's already talked to the players as a whole. A lot of the players, however, have said that they haven't talked to him individually. So there's a lot of changes that are going to be coming in the next few months, which I'm excited for. Another thing to be excited for as a KC fan is that we have 17 players who are out of contract or have an option that we could pick up. So that leaves a lot of room for David Lee to maneuver, which I think is really going to help him out. We could be losing players that have been at the club for a long time, players like Kyrie Shelton, or players that have been there for a few years and have not done nearly enough to do anything, like Nemanja Radia. You guys remember him?
Who?
I do, yes.
Guy scored. I don't think he scored a goal for us, but his last goal before coming to MLS was against Messi's Barcelona, which is an interesting fact. Never saw anything like that for SKC. But the bottom line is David Lee coming over with a chance to shape this roster, to hire a new coach, even to hire new coaching staff, and really inject life back into the only MLS original club to have never won the wooden spoon. Thank you, DC United, this year.
Man.
It did look like it was SKC's to lose at one point, but
You're telling me.
DC, they wanted all the accolades. They wanted their hot dogs and they wanted their spoons. I don't think you can eat hot dogs with spoons, but hey.
But if there's
DC,
one club that would even attempt to try it, DC United.
And Urquhart would write a hell of a story about it.
So, Josh, one big change that needs to happen. You got your CSO, obviously the coach, but beyond that, what are you changing about this team?
Like I said, there's a lot of dead wood. So 17 players that he can move around is going to be helpful. I also think I would really like to establish a set playing style. I I think that over the last few years, SKC has stuck to a playing style that hasn't worked under Peter Vermes, and then with him being sacked and Kerry Zavagnin coming in, Kerry Zavagnin changed our formation a lot. He changed our playing style a lot. We played a 5-back sometimes. We played a 4-4-2 in the last game with Manu Garcia as a 9. Don't know what that's about. So I would really like to establish a playing style, because I feel like SKC, when they were good, they had one. They were very aggressive. They would press from the front, very hard tackling, just kind of bastards to play against. I'm not saying it has to be that again, but I would like to know that there is some semblance of a plan. So I'd like for us to go out and snag a coach that would have some semblance of a plan that will get the best out of all of our players.
I like it. And your player who deserved better.
Yeah, it's not going to be either of our two DPs, Manu Garcia or Dejan Joveljic, although I think that they both deserve more, and I'm excited to see what they do in this next season. If especially if Joveljic stays, which I mean he's in contract, but if someone throws 10 million for him, bye. I'm actually going to go with John Pulskamp.
Okay.
John Pulskamp was my pick for player that deserves better, because he was behind a rotating defense that was full of a lot of dead weight. And although we did concede the most goals, I think, in our history this year with 70, which is, it's a lot. That's a lot. That's more than 2 goals. No, that's a little less than 2 goals per game. I do think that it could be a lot worse had Pulskamp been any worse. So I'm hoping that he doesn't regress into the next year, although the second half him. I think with also a more formidable defense, Pulskamp will get the praise that he deserves. Also, I think he got 3 this year, which is just funny. That's hilarious. I'm curious to see actually where that puts him on in terms of assist leaders on SKC. So if you want to go to somebody else while I look this up.
I can think of one of those those games where he that 0-0, well, not the 1-0 with no shots. God, what a match! But to the rest of the fellas, any of the other questions you want to answer here? I mimic a lot of that, but my player was Stephen Afrifa.
Oh, Juanners. Dang it, you took mine.
Stephen Afrifa and Joyer, we found him.
I don't know how he didn't get any minutes. I mean, he did, but
yeah, man.
Oh man, not enough minutes.
John Pulskamp was 9th in terms of assists on the team, bro. Oh brother.
Daniel, Jeremy, any other SKC thoughts?
Reason to be excited. Off to see the Wizards. They are starting content back again next year. 2026. Be there. It gets better every single week. More original every single week. I'm excited to see what they come out with. And then player who deserved better, I'm going to go with Eric Tommy, because Sporting Kansas City continues to make him believe that he's a good soccer player. It's time to let go. It's time to let go, big guy. Bundesliga 2 is calling your name. Go home.
Yeah, that's true.
We ready to move on, or you got anything, Jeremy?
We can move on. It's okay.
Let's
we'll check back with SKC in January when we start to see what this roster is actually going to look like.
Man, I'm really excited for that, honestly, though. SKC's back. Fuck, man. LA Galaxy.
We'll see.
Also likely back. The most exciting thing, I'm pretty sure everyone's got it. Ricky Pooch coming back.
Yup.
Killer bees.
I don't think that's a reason enough to be excited, though. I think Ricky Pooch is a fraud.
What? What? Shut the hell up.
What are you talking about?
Come on, guys. Come on.
What? No.
Is this like a trust me bro thing?
Trust me.
Dude, he's trolling.
They're
This is
wait. No, I don't know if he's I think I know. He's saying he might be a fraud because there's no Mark Delgado behind him.
No, because he's not good at soccer.
Is their budget freed up at all next year?
No.
Surely.
They have $120,000 in GAM They can't buy down any other DPs. And listen, the U22 players are ass too. Julian Aude is okay. Nascimento has been ass, who only had his first shot, which was a goal in the last match. That was his first shot in like 5 games. Like, the dude is just allergic to the ball.
No way.
And Lucas Sanabria is mid as hell. He lost his spot to Elijah Winder this season. And so, I don't know. Like, I look at Elijah Winder in midfield with Ricky Puig and Marco Royce. And if they're going to have that defense again, listen, guys, there's no reason to be excited for Galaxy. They're going to remain ass. That is my hot take.
Is it confirmed that Royce comes back for year 2.5?
I hope not. Because then they'll be able to... Well, no, I hope so. Because then they'll play him and they'll suck.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that. That's some hater shit. Okay.
I have a reason to be excited.
Go for it.
LA Galaxy cannot afford to be shit. Historically, MLS has not let that happen. That means we're getting a rule change.
Oh, wasn't the cash for them too, though? Didn't they benefit from that?
It's going to be something like cash furs only apply if your team name starts with LA and ends in Galaxy or some shit, dude. Don Garber will not let the LA Galaxy be bad 2 years in a row.
I mean, he let DC United hire a fucking sports lawyer as their fucking GM, so...
So he's going to go to him and be like, hey, what can I do to change the rules? You know, you're a sports lawyer. So will you represent me as I present the new Beckham rule? 5 DPs if your team name is still an MLS original team name.
Damn. It's that serious.
I think so. We're getting a rules change.
I don't know. I say this kind of in jest, but I'm also just not convinced. I mean, we're still like a whole offseason away, obviously, and Ricky Puig will be a big benefit, but I don't know, fellas. I feel like, have y'all been seeing how the Galaxy have been playing? I think they've been playing really well, and I don't know if Ricky Puig just walks into it as it is now, you know what I mean? Like, after a whole season of finding a new, like, dynamic and gelling under Elijah Winder and Fagundes and Cerrillo in midfield, it's like, all right, Ricky Puig is a much better player than Winder, right? But is he gonna be as aggressive as Winder in winning balls? Is he gonna have a little off moment when it comes to his injury? You know what I mean? Like, I guess it's not as evident for me, but any other reasons to be excited for Galaxy besides the Puig one? But are we feeling Vanny ball? Come on now, still Greg.
It's more like a hypothetical reason I'm excited, and it's because if they're bad 2 years in a row, there's no supporter group in Major League Soccer that is better at coordinating walkouts and strikes against their team than the LA Galaxy, and then blasting it all over social media and letting everybody know about it. So I'm excited for that potential hypothetical because it's always funny when they do. It's hilarious. And they usually get what they want too. It's awesome that they do it because they actually have some say over things that happen, it feels like, with that club. But yeah, that's always a movie.
Jeremy?
Yeah, the thing I'd be excited about, and Juanners, you kind of touched on this already, but Nascimiento's there on loan, so they could be heading into next year with another new striker, and I actually kind of trust them to get that signing right. It seemed like Nascimento was brought in just to get game time, see if maybe he could be a part of this team for 2026, but their last U22 striker before Nascimento was some guy named Dejan Joveljic. So I believe that they could fill that striker role, find another U22 striker, they'd be fine. I don't share the same concerns that you do with reintegrating Ricky Puig because unless he's seriously still hurt, we don't know that yet though. So I I don't know, but I'd be thinking, and I'd be pretty happy about potentially getting a new striker if I was a Galaxy fan.
Any other exciting things? We can move on to one change that needs to happen. I have their U22 initiative approach. They got a hit on their next signings here. That's my kind of big change here. It's like Montreal put the DPs in the bag. LA Galaxy put the U22 players in the bag. Anyone else big change for LA Galaxy?
Yeah, they need to be very, very, very intentional with getting their center back pairing down to start 2026. Or if they need to use the very, very little money they have to spend, they need to bring in a center back. Because their defense is horrible. They leak goals.
Any other big changes? Or do you want to move on to player who deserved better? Let's do player who deserved better. I'll go to Jeremy so I don't steal his.
Oh, this is tough because is it Peck? Is it Paintsill? Is it both? Is it neither? I'm gonna go with Harbor Miller.
Great name. Great name.
I can't tell if you're going for him genuinely or just because of the name.
I mean, he was a bright spot towards the end of the year, and I think they need to do a little bit more with giving their youth players more like platform to play with. And is he going to be an unbelievable MLS player someday?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
But in a okay then. If you're in the middle of a lost season already, like you should already be pivoting towards like play the academy kids and see which one of these guys will be very helpful for you next year, given how like they take up no cap space, and the Galaxy still don't have the cap space that a team that's in this situation really, really, really needs in order to start a full retooling. But yeah, I'd say Harbor Miller as the representative of all the academy kids who didn't get playing time until it was a little late.
Valid. Joss, you got one?
Shout out to my boys Chris Rendov and Tucker Lepley, SKC2 alumni. But I'm gonna go with Edwin Cerrillo.
Nice shout.
As a played 32 matches as a bit of like a deeper lying midfielder, but he was one of the most. He got like he's in the 96th percentile for touches among all midfielders in the league. So clearly very important for them. In terms of like defensive contributions, I felt like he was a really strong 6. His passing range is pretty good, and he's only 24, I think.
Yeah, he's
he's 25.
Happen.
Yeah, he's only 25, so I could see like they keep him and maybe they build around him, or they could get a good cash for like I'm thinking like on the level of when Frankie Amaya first transferred. I think was it from Red Bulls to Cincy, or maybe it was the other way around.
Other way around.
But that was like a big move, and because Amaya was really climbing he was at the top of his game at that point, and he's kind of fallen off since then. But he was a really good player before that. So
I know where he could go.
Edwin Cerrillo. Where could he go?
Columbus.
Oh, as a Nagby replacement. I mean, his touch numbers are similar. His passing numbers, the two of them are very similar as well. I think that he's a really, really underrated player for this Galaxy team. Hey. He needs to work on his discipline a little bit though. 11 yellow cards is kind of crazy.
Columbus, that's a freebie for you. All right. Because I agree. I love Cerrillo. I think he's even like at Dallas, he kind of showed that he had like just kind of this first team quality about him. Very, very good player. I love that shout. I put Maya Yoshida because he was kind of the guy that in press conferences was like, shouldering a lot of their leadership and a lot of like the front facing of like the culture and whatnot. And also because he's a baller too. Any other thoughts on the LA Galaxy, y'all? Let's head over to the 6, Toronto. What is one reason to be excited for next season? Daniel, we'll start with you.
Oh, they are getting a full offseason to train with all their new acquisitions and their brand new star signing, Jordy Mihailovic.
That's what I got. Team has Georgi Mihailovic. Anyone else got anything exciting? I'm sure Jeremy's got some.
Team also has Jose Cifuentes.
Baller.
True.
2 open DP spots as well.
Yes.
What direction do you guys think they go in with those DP spots?
The
Italy.
direction.
Don't say Italy. They go back to the well. Fuck yeah.
Wait, are they on a 3-3 or is Mihailovic is a DP, right?
Yes, Mihailovic is a DP. Their U22 is Cassius Mylula.
Okay.
That's a rough one to have on the U22 there, but I think they're on 2 and 4 according to the.
They are okay, so they have 1 DP slot.
But
Yes.
they could switch that. I think they went 2-4 as soon as they we're just gonna eat Bernadeschi and Insigne for the rest of this year, and we can just get free allocation money because we don't want to fill those DP slots for the rest of this year. They can go back to 3-3 because they basically just said we're gonna pick up some allocation money. I feel like that's something you can see a lot of MLS teams doing, particularly the ones that have a lost season due to busted DPs, like the chopped versions of Bernadeschi and Insigne that showed up this year. So that could be something to look forward to for other MLS teams who are not very good, saying, hey, we can cut our losses and get a bunch of allocation money and then go back to the well in the winter.
Very valid. Any other things exciting for? Here's one thing I will say about them is they're going to lose all this salary. Lorenzo Insigne, $15 million guaranteed compensation. Bernadeschi, $6.2 million guaranteed compensation. Ola Brynhildsen is no longer with the team. He was making $1.6 million. So they are
What?
Yeah,
It's a lot of money.
yeah.
All that combined is still less than what Atlanta paid for Latte Loth.
Perspective. Always keep that in mind. But I mean, after those guys, you're looking at Sean Johnson at $1 million, Richie Larea at $1 million, Osorio at $1 million. So, and those are all guys. You could eat their contracts. That's a big one. But other than that, like I feel like they're in a good position to maximize their GAM for next season and their DP spots. Like it's. Like, I feel like we were all kind of saying, yeah, this is like they're out of the playoffs, but now they have plenty to just look forward to next season as they, like, build this out. And, I mean, they remain competitive in the late stage of the season. But one change for you guys that needs to happen.
Oh, wait, I have one more thing to be excited for. The Blue Jays are in the World Series.
Oh.
Great job.
Baseball.
It's fantastic.
Baseball.
Love
tags.
that.
I hate that. One change though. Joss.
Bring vaping back to the locker room. We have lost our way. Players used to smoke like chimneys, especially over here in the Americas. And Bernadeschi was just trying to bring that back. Okay. And I think that he was unfairly punished. It was a witch hunt. He was unfairly punished for trying to bring things back like that. Plus, he's Italian. You have to excuse his behavior sometimes. They smoke like chimneys over there still. So bring vaping back to the locker room and the vibes will return. Because how can you yell at somebody if it smells like cotton candy?
You yell at them more if it smells like cotton candy. The fuck?
Jeremy, you're getting coal for Christmas.
This strikes me as more of a Zin roster, if we're being honest.
Do you think Mihailovic is just popping Zins?
Yeah, and Richie Larea.
Is there a Zin insert into his contract? A Zinsert, some would say.
Yeah, that was the biggest change from Colorado to Toronto. That was the facilities we were talking about, the lack of facilities. Daniel, one big change that needs to happen for you for Toronto.
Yeah, really hard to follow up Josh because that was a fantastic answer. I was just gonna say I would love to see them get a new wing back, left back or right back. Both positions need to be better next year to complement their DPs. Because I'm sure they're gonna bring in at least a DP winger somewhere. So, yeah, wing backs.
Jeremy?
Just really hard to follow up Josh.
Mine is center back.
Mine
Because
is
Sean
also
Johnson.
center back.
Wait, what?
Mine is also center back.
Yeah, I think Sean Johnson had to do a lot of like emergency goalkeeping this year, and I mean there was actually a case to be made for him to be goalkeeper of the year, just based on just how like awful every shot he faced was, and the fact that he still racked up a ton of post shot expected goal differential. So. I think you just need to figure out like where like get two new center backs. You know, New England did it. You go get two new center backs. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. No, I don't really think a team should be relying on Shane O'Neill in 2025.
He's not on there.
God, I'm still waking up. God, Wanyama's not there. Shane O'Neill isn't there. Who's the slab head? I'm thinking Kevin Long. Kevin Long. That's who it is.
I love it. I fucking love it. You have two hypothetical players now, just in the hypothetical free agency, in Wanyama and Shane O'Neill.
I'll add to it. I know that.
Player who deserved better, Joss. I have a player that mimics yours, but who are you going? Which player deserved better for you?
That mimics mine.
Kind of. Well, I guess I spoiled it, but mine is Federico Bernardeschi.
I actually mine is Bernardeschi. he got hounded out, and I thought
he was fine. I thought he played well too. In the beginning.
I mean, yeah. From all the reports, it sounded like he was like locker room talk poison, but like, yeah. I also have Bernardeschi because we have to bring back just some of that Italian spice. Okay, Toronto has had a theme for so long, and now they don't, and they need to bring it back. So Bernardeschi, he was unfairly hounded out simply because the man wanted to have the freedom to smoke in the.
Jeremy, Daniel, you guys got any player that deserved better?
I was just gonna say Sean Johnson. I think that was pretty self-explanatory. He's been a really good keeper on a really bad team. 7 clean sheets with those center backs. Impressive.
Could we say Robin Fraser?
Ooh.
No, he knew what he was getting into.
Okay. Right.
Jeremy blaming the victim.
Oh no! I am an MLS head coach. My steak is too cooked. My lobster is too buttery.
Man, let's pivot to St. Louis then, fellas, because man, when I was talking about St. Louis with Josh, it was really hard to get excited for this team. My bright spot here is that they are kind of cooking right now with Critchley and some of the new signings, including Sangbin, Padelford. Who else is cooking? I mean, Vollum is finally coming good as like a stay-at-home right back. None of this wing back nonsense. But yeah, fellas, give me the most pressing reason to be excited for this team next season?
They're making roster decisions without a chief soccer officer. I don't like St. Louis.
I said exciting.
Yeah.
As a Sporting KC fan, this is a good time for me.
It's very exciting for me. Yeah, Josh gets it.
Yeah, as a hater, Jeremy, I'm really proud of what I have no notes, honestly. I think if I were to pull something out of a hat here, They ended the season really strongly, 10 points in the last 5 games. Okay. They finished 4 points above Sporting KC, even though they didn't beat us at all this season. Okay. I have nothing else.
Oh, that's it. Oh man,
I'm struggling.
It is tough. Daniel, you got anything for St. Louis?
It's gonna be a stretch, but they're going on year 3 of the Hartel Lowen project, the two-trait project, those acquisitions they made from the Bundes 2 that everyone made fun of. If they were ever a time for them to gel, it would be next year. So make or break year. Should be exciting.
Okay.
I said it was a stretch.
I think
I don't hate that.
I think Twykert's buns, guys.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I think he's no longer in that starting 11.
You had me at Hartel and Lowen, and then you said Twyker. I was like, well, I don't know. That dude is.
He came in that same window. That's why I said.
Yes. And to be fair, he was scoring in that initial window. But this is what I was telling Joss is like last year, and here's the reason I guess to get excited for St. Louis. Last year they had a positive blip in form, right? And it was like, oh, these new signings, they're gonna cook in the following year. But it always felt like, yeah, but these games aren't like dominant games. They weren't convincing games. You just, got like a penalty for some of these guys, and some false confidence. Sure enough, we get to next season, and they're kind of in the same boat where they're out by the time we even get to the window. And this time around, though, these new windows, the new signings, like they actually do look good, and that's kind of to what Josh was saying when it comes to 10 points in their last 5. But beyond that, they've been kind of a little bit of a thorn to some of these Western Conference sides. And so with Critchley, I think maybe at the helm, looks like Hackworth. I mean, if they're making these deals, it kind of signals to me it's Hackworth's job at this point. But TBD, right, on St. Louis. Anyone else got any big changes? Anything to be excited about for next season? And then we'll go into the player deserve better, of course. But any of those on those two?
Big changes. What do you do with Joao Klaus? Because I think
Get him an ancestry test.
Oh my god,
that's crazy.
I think that on his day, he is the perfect striker for this system. Like, he works hard off the ball. He's a physical maniac, but he's still so prone to inconsistency. So it's a really tough decision for, I guess, whoever this new CSO is going to be, to say, can we do better than Joao Klaus? Or is he as good as we're going to get?
Yeah. The guy's 28 as well, which he doesn't look like it. I was expecting him to be like at least 31. But he's 28.
That hairline, it started evaporating this year.
Just shave it, buddy. Like, let's just call it fate. It's over. Jansen Miller did it. It's your time too. But yeah, is Joao Klaus? He's not exactly out of his prime yet, and if the right coach comes in that can fix the consistency issues, then I think that Joao Klaus is a perfectly serviceable striker in this league that'll get you 10, 12 goals when you need him to. And I mean, on paper, like Daniel was saying, Hartel around him, Lovin as well. Hopefully Lovin, whatever he was dealing with personally in the past 2 seasons, has kind of faded away. So I'm hoping that he's able to come in and be that really dynamic number 10 that St. Louis kind of need him to be. But Joao Klaus, I think that this next year will be real defining for him. Will he beat his number? I think he had 10 goals this season. So will he beat that and shoot and hopefully move them up the table?
One player that deserved better, fellas. I'm gonna start with Jeremy.
Okay. One player on this team that deserved better. Probably Hartel, but I hate that fuck ass celebration he already does.
Bro, we were talking about this before we started recording. I said that verbatim to Josh. I can't pick Hotel because of that dumbass celebration. Thank you.
This is why I'm on this show, because we know exactly what we're talking about. the fuck ass celebration.
Bad.
Like he does it. It's not so much that it's so bad. Like cool, you have a signature celebration. It's not in FIFA, so is it really a signature celebration? But also, he's doing it like when he hits the Chris Paul 3 to cut the lead to 42. So he's just like constantly hitting that celebration no matter what the scoreline is, which I find really funny. But it's because of that he can't be the player that deserves better, because he hasn't shown to me that he feels any shame for being on this team for the past year and a half. As a result, the player who does deserve better is Edouard Leuven for everything.
Valid. Very valid. Daniel?
Would it be far-fetched to say that I don't think any of them deserve better? I don't particularly like watching any of them.
I mean, I haven't
enjoyed watching. I haven't enjoyed watching this team in 2.5 years. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I got these guys on assignments this year, I was like, "Fuck, that sucks." I haven't enjoyed watching these guys in like 2.5 years. It's sad.
I'm standing and saluting Daniel in my bedroom right now, dude.
Josh, I dare ask you: is there a player that deserved better?
Well, okay. It seems like for me, a lot of people that deserve better out of St. Louis actually end up getting better. Bradley Carnell being the main example. Maybe it is no longer having to live in that city that will suck the soul out of you. Maybe that's what it is. But if we're talking about players currently involved with the St. Louis City franchise, Celio Pompeu is a player that I've really liked to watch. Maybe it's because he just always scores nuts goals against SKC. And so I happen to be watching him score nuts goals. And I've really also liked that young center back Falou Fall. I think that we have in this league, because wasn't there a Mamadou Fall as well?
Yes.
There is, right? For LAFC?
Yeah.
There are players, if your last name is Fall and you're a center back, you're kind of destined to do great things. And I feel like since he's come in, he's really helped shore up that defense a little bit. And he's only 20. So for a 20-year-old to come in and get that starting spot at center back, I really like him. One
more potential bright spot for St. Louis. They have a lot of GAM. They have 2.4 million GAM. I should have mentioned that. We'll see who cooks with it, right? But my player is not on the team. Funny enough, it's John Klein. Because last season he was getting some of these developmental minutes, and you'd think that would translate to this year, but nope, they waived him, and instead you got players like Mickey Joyner, Brendan McSorley, Jazziel Orozco, Caden Glover, like Joey Zielinski, like all these players got developmental minutes, and John Klein just got sent to Monterey Bay. So I'm like, curse St. Louis for what they've done to my boy John Klein. Beyond that, let's go to New England Revolution. One reason to be excited for next season I have here, Dor Turgeman is legit. I'm very scared that I say this now and then he ends up just being, kind of like what Chankalai was. Because Chankalai had the same thing where he kind of came on to the team, and Langoni. Langoni probably worse in like, damn, these guys are like really good, but then they only showed like that short spell of form. I think Turgeman is as good as he has come so far, and so one season of Dor Turgeman leading the line, get rid of Campana. New England have something to look forward to there. Fellas, we'll go open it up to y'all. One reason to be excited for New England. Anyone got one that they want to just passionately lead off with?
Yes, Matt Turner. We get to watch Matt Turner play soccer in the MLS in 2026, which will absolutely lead to some amazing Twitter debates, and I cannot wait to be as involved as possible.
Oh, God.
I will have an agenda. I just don't.
It
I
is
don't have it
also
made up
going to
yet.
be a world,
It'll be
a
MLS
World
driven.
Cup
You
year.
will be certain.
What's
It's
up?
also
was
a
that,
World
Josh?
Cup year. It's a
Yeah.
World Cup year for Matt Turner, so he's
I
got to
know.
turn it on. Because
I
that
know.
goalkeeping spot right now for the USMNT, it's not exactly locked down. I mean, Matt Freese from NYCFC, it's looking like he's Poch's choice to be the starting goalkeeper. So if Turner has a really good first 6 months of the year for the Revs, a la how he did in 2020, was it 2021 when they won the Shield? And I mean, he was good all year then, but that's when he really catapulted himself into the spotlight. Which he's done that. You know, he's done the hard part, is to get noticed. So now if he's just able to put together a solid performance, then a few solid performances, then he'll be right in with a shout to go to the World Cup and maybe even start.
For sure. And that everything that's going to lead up to that is just going to be electric, and I can't wait. If that comes to fruition, this is like a hope and a dream.
He's also married to a Patriots cheerleader. We can't forget that.
Boo, Patriots, boo.
Jeremy, you got anything for New England exciting you for next
I have
season?
nothing nice to say about these guys because they cost themselves their chance in an MLS Cup by firing Caleb Porter prior to year 3.
And whose fault is that?
It's
No,
Jeremy's fault
there's-
for not being loud enough about it.
It should have been louder. That's right. And how could that be? I'm so loud all the damn time. Also, it's their fault for acquiring Turgles. Because I mean, if you're gonna have an Israeli striker with the nickname Gorno, you gotta have one with the nickname Turgles. It's their fault for not bringing in Turgles in time for him to hit the ground running under Caleb. So, yeah. I mean, he's technically the thing to be excited about, but for all the reasons Juanners said, like, is that real? Is that real, or is that just a half season? Like, not even half season. He only played like 4 games or something like that. Yeah. So I'm just gonna go with Brian Ceballos and Mamadou Fofana because they got their center backs. Good job.
Now let's talk one big change for New England. What do you guys got for this one? I have here Kurt Onalfo.
Actually, yeah, I did too.
Go.
Better.
Yeah.
I said better ownership group.
It's time to go.
It's time to go. Yeah.
I think Anolfo should complete a cash for deal for Carlos Hill and then resign the next day.
That'd be the best thing he's done to the league, is freeing Carlos Gill. Player who deserved better?
Carlos Hill.
Yeah.
Carlos Hill.
Right. That's unless anyone's got a different shout. Daniel?
Gotta go.
He's got
No.
to go.
Gotta go.
It would have been
Come
Hill.
on.
Not even Leo Campana. No one's gonna feel bad about him.
I've never felt bad about Leo Campana in my life.
I'm off on a
Daniel, what?
I'm off on like a rabbit hole right now because you brought up Turgeman, and I was like, holy shit, is Israel like a mini striker factory for Major League Soccer? That's dangerous. Sorry.
Let's move on to Houston, fellas. Unless you have any more New England thoughts. I feel like New England, I'm just so not sold on them.
Are they getting a new stadium?
Maybe.
No.
Cool.
I saw AI renderings of one.
Oh, okay.
I saw concepts of
okay,
a plan for one.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Oh my.
Let's go to Houston, fellas. I'm sure are y'all familiar with Asher Mendelson?
I am. I like his tweets.
I love his tweets because he just I agree with everything he said because he just spells out everything when it comes to DPs and whatnot. So a little bit of transparency is nice, but one reason to be excited for them is they have a lot of GAM. They have 2.9 million, and they also have oh god, my notes. I just lost all my notes. Oh, and they have an open DP spot as well. So they may or may they're under the U22 model, but I could easily see them going for a DP in the offseason. Fellas, Houston Dynamo. I always look back at this team as a team that I bought early on, and then for whatever reason, the following week we were just forced to see Sebastian Kowalczyk start. And I was like, if I had known this is what I was getting myself into, I would not have picked this. But yeah, fellas, thing to be excited for Houston next season. They did announce their contract, so their roster decisions. I always like when a team.
Ooh, I did not see that. Well, let me get back to you on Houston thoughts until I see that.
Do you have that up, Juanners? Who did they end up letting go?
They ended up here. I'll bring it up because it has been posted by. Well, I was gonna go to Bogart, but he has it on The Athletic. I don't know if that's paywalled or not. But I did see there that Femi Odesu has been let go. That's kind of like the biggest, the most upsetting one, I think. But
So they're sticking to the Ponce project, huh?
Yeah, so here are the players coming back. You got Arthur, Griffin Dorsey, Blake Gillingham, Nelson Quinones, and Brooklyn Reigns. And here are the players declined. Steven Anner, Obafemi Awodesu, Ethan Bartlow, Eric Duenas, Michael Holiday, Sebastian Kowalczyk, Damian Lowe, Sergio Santos, Daniel Steres, and Junior Urso. And the following players are negotiating. They are negotiating with Pablo Ortiz and Amin Bassi.
Is it me or does that free up a ton of money?
Yeah.
It does free up a lot of money.
Yes. So they are kind of serious about this little rebuild here, but they need a creator for Linger and Ponce at this point, fellas. That's maybe one big change. But any other reasons to be excited for Houston? Are we believing
Jack McGlynn is still there.
Yeah, that's true.
Jack McGlynn is that guy. Lawrence Anali is fun. I really do like Lawrence Anali.
Nelson Quinones is fun.
I think Nelson Quinones.
Yeah, he comes back.
Archer was really good, and like I think that like as a 6, that is one of the more important spots on the team. That if you can get a solid player there, and I think especially in MLS where 6s usually go a bit longer in terms of age. Archer he's not even 30, just turning 30. So I'm excited to just see this like midfield of like Anali, McGlynn, and Archer. I think that's like all really, really smart. Those are all really smart guys, really smart guys for their positions.
Smart choice by Pat Onstad. Any other changes, fellas?
No, but this is the first transfer window I'm like excited for.
How do we feel about Ben Olsen?
Do you think he was the one who let go of Kowalczyk personally, or did Asher Mendelson have to like calm him down before breaking that news to him?
I mean, if it's anything that Ben Olsen got out of that, he at least kept Jonathan Bond.
Oh, that's good. Good. He has the other the other purveyor of nonsense on that team.
Yeah, I mean, my big change is you either change Ben Olsen or whoever forced this Bond selection, because again, it ruined their season easily.
So funny. It's just they signed a goalkeeper and he just tanked it. It's so good. It's so good.
Jeremy, I'm gonna go to you. Which player deserved better? I already know what you're gonna say.
Blake Gillingham. He is the player in this league that deserved the most. I can't find a more I can't find a more worthy player who deserved better across this entire country than Blake Gillingham.
Man, I love it.
Cashford.
For real though, where could he go? Cashford, Blake Gillingham. Where are you taking him?
DC United.
Seattle?
Ooh, nah, he'd be stashed in Seattle, and they'll wait on his ass.
You think so?
I mean, they fucking are stashing Andrew Thomas, and he could probably start over Fry.
Yeah.
Cash for Andrew Thomas.
Cash for. They start their own club.
Cash for. But yeah, I had Blake Gillingham as well. Anyone else have a player they feel bad for on this team? Damn.
I think I put Jack McGlynn just because he left. He didn't want to leave Philadelphia. Philadelphia went on to win the Shield, and then he missed the playoffs. I also think something to look forward to for Houston is if we go to a European schedule, no more hot ass games there.
Was that confirmed?
Hey.
That's not a.
I know there were talks. It wasn't confirmed. That's why I put an if. But
You got Booger.
I couldn't think of anything else. I couldn't think of anything else, Juanners, so that's why I put if.
They could also buy down Linger if they want from DP.
That's actually good.
So
I think they should try doing that.
For sure. Now, fellas, it's time to talk Colorado Rapids.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed.
It's time to listen to his feelings about the Colorado Rapids.
No, I want to open it up to Yaga. What is one reason to be excited for next season? You guys are my season ticket reps trying to sell me on next season. This is like immediately like before any knowledge of the off season. Sell me on the Rapids. Who wants to start?
Our coach will not do that again.
Do what specifically?
Promise. Take your pick.
Start Bassett at the left wing.
Yeah. Here's the problem that I've had with like Colorado basically since Armas took over, because it's clear that they've had the juice going forward. The problem is you can't just have juice going forward. You need to put the ball in the back of the net. And they were one of the worst teams in the entire league at finishing their chances. They were severe underperformer in terms of expected goal differential, at least going forward. They improved a lot with that this year on the defensive end because Zach Steffen in year number 2 said, I'm going to be an actual goalkeeper again because I would like to play for the national team. And then the national team comes to Colorado and he doesn't get called up. Oops! But I would like to say that there has never been a team that is just crying for a winger like this Colorado Rapids team is. They need a winger, guys. That's what it is. Just one winger, and I see the vision. I love LaRaz. I love Josh Atencio. Connor Ronan, what do you even do, buddy? But like I see players that I like all like scattered around this roster. They really do need another center back as well. They could probably upgrade at one of the fullback spots. But in terms of an actual pressing need, they gotta go get that winger this offseason. They really, really, really do. That's regardless of whatever happens with the coach.
Daniel, Joss, anything exciting you about Colorado next season?
Paxton Aronson. That is the big thing that excites me, simply because he'll have a full, I guess, off season to play with that team. And he explicitly said the reason why he wanted to come back, one of the reasons was for the World Cup. So it feels like a big year for him. And I think he just needs time to learn his teammates and get more comfortable with that system. And he should be primed to ball out next year, I think.
Yes.
Darren Yappy.
Oh, yes. Fuck, why don't I think
Yappy's kind of the real deal, I think, and I think that he'll get a lot more minutes, hopefully over Rafael Navarro. I'm ducking in case anybody's out here with a sniper rifle looking for me. Any Navarro fans, or if it's Navarro practicing his penalties and they're gonna hit me in the head. I'm gonna cash for Navarro. I'm down for that, but I think that Yappy is the guy to build this attack around. Get that winger that Jeremy was mentioning, Paxton Aronson playing as like a roaming 10. But yeah, Yappy, I mean, he's an athletic, tall, young striker who's clearly hungry and clearly, I mean, what does he have? 8 goals this year?
Yes.
That's really good. That's really good for the limited amount of minutes that he got. So please keep Darren Yappy at whatever for whatever you can and build around him.
My reason to be excited for Colorado next year is Denver Summit is going to wake them up. There's got to be something that motivates this team to do far more than just the money ball and, like, go get that winger, and love the film and what I've seen from Manyoma. Nobody knows who Manyoma is in the larger Denver market, right? We're talking like a Lozano. Could you imagine Lozano at Colorado, guys? Like that's like the ambition that it needs to be. And if it's not even a big name player, it's just got to be someone that can actually take him to the next level. We shall see if that even happens, fellas. One big change for me. You may think I'm going towards Chris Armas, but I'm actually going towards Porrick Smith, who, again, this is going to be his like 9th year in charge. And it is the club initially was meant to improve and take this next step, and it just simply has not. And that goes back to 2017, y'all. It's a long, Armas may not be the coach, but Porrick Smith has been the architect for far longer and for far worse of a situation than whatever Armas could put us in. So that's my big change, fellas. Any other big proposed changes from the fellas?
Get the center back. Maybe 2.
Maybe 3 if we're playing a 3-back.
That's true. Could happen. Whoever the new coach is, because there are people who like. Okay, I gotta talk about the Armas thing. I gotta, because it seems like there's a lot of people who were completely misunderstanding that the purpose of Matt Pollard's question is because his contract is expiring. Like that's what it is, right? His contract is up at the end of the year. So it's not like, oh, this team stinks. Like, why did you guys miss the playoffs? Blah, blah, blah. Like, reflect on your tenure here. Like, his contract is obviously expiring. It's not a secret. And somehow a lot of people just completely ignore that fact. Like, it does it become a little bit different if he has maybe 1 or 2 years left on his contract and it is only year 2? Maybe. But when it's very clear that his contract is expiring, he's going to have to take, like, this season to the board if he wants to stay and say, like, keep me here. It's a reasonable question for Matt Pollard to ask him. And right now, that's 2 pages of notes app apologies. Good for you, Chris Armas. But yeah, I think that just kind of like ruined his chances of getting that extension. Like, coupled with, choking away that last playoff spot. And choking that last playoff spot away to your rivals, too. Which is another thing that is usually pretty unforgivable in the world of MLS. Like, it's one thing if you are not being successful, but not being successful and giving your rivals the platform to be successful, that's unforgivable. I'm saying this because the Portland Timbers have to play Salt Lake tomorrow. I don't want to play Salt Lake tomorrow. I fucking hate Salt Lake. And I'm pissed that they have to be there. I'd rather it be Colorado, because then they could beat Colorado. But it doesn't. It doesn't always work like that. I was like, oh, it'd be so great if Colorado gets the 9th spot. Nope. Fucking nope. Oh, it was such a like. Oh my god! Like Klaus scores that goal, but then LAFC equalized and was like, ah, shit. But
Yeah, that's every Rapids fan right then and there. So
yeah. So either way, I would the thing to look forward to is there will be some change in the brain trust, whether or not that is Porig going, or Armas going, or both. I don't think one of them. I think at least one of them is gone. So you got that to look forward to.
I sure hope so. Player who deserved better. Daniel, you got a player on the Rapids who deserved better?
Well, I was gonna say Navarro, but I didn't realize we had so many Navarro haters here.
Cash for that's not even that's not even being a hater for him either. It's like just cash for him. Let's be happy for Yappy.
Jesus. No, I don't even know what to say. I think Navarro's just. I think it's like I don't know. I just feel like he's just one of those guys that's just not playing in the right system for him, and I don't know why. I feel like he's a good player, and I feel like if he finds his form, I don't think it would take much for him to find his form in the right setup. He just needs to finish his damn chances.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah, cash for. We don't hate Rafael Navarro. We want him to succeed. He's not going to succeed on the Colorado Rapids, though. So get the Rapids some money and give him a new lease on life in
Columbus,
Orlando, guys. Orlando.
I just hope they do the right thing and move on from Armas, because I love it when Colorado's good, because when they're in the CCC and I get to see a snow game in February, it's fucking electric. So please just do the right thing.
Joss, Jeremy, any Rapids players who deserved better?
I already said Darren Yappy, my GOAT. He deserves to play more, and he deserves to have a chance to show what he's all about.
Jeremy?
Omir Fernandez. I'm kidding.
That is a good pick, because he would have been the Georgie backup.
Cabral.
Let me think. Atencio, maybe? I don't know. One of the midfielders who's not Connor Ronan.
I'm going
Cole Bassett.
Cole Bassett. It's Cole Bassett. That's right.
It's got to be Cole Bassett, actually. I'm changing my answer.
It was always Cole Bassett. I'm just
let
still
Cole
waking
Bassett
up.
get forward. Let him get forward. He didn't do it enough this year.
My pick is Zach Steffen, because the back line just let him down, and he had a good year. But he just can't do shit with the defense ahead of you conceding like they did, and I think that ruined his stock with the national team, and I think that's an even bigger one of like coming to a team to make it on the national team, and then the team doesn't put you on a position to succeed. So that's Colorado. Kind of a blessing in disguise that they missed the playoffs. Otherwise, it I don't know, looks a lot, like a false. Like, what did you say, Joss? You said earlier.
A false. What's up?
I don't even know. I just noticed Colorado, they spelled Josh Atencio's name wrong. They called him Joah Atencio.
Joah?
He deserves better.
He deserves better on the roster sheet. Yeah, Joah. Hold on, I gotta send this to the chat. Here we are, Joah.
This is good radio.
Let's move on to San Joah.
Nice.
San Jose.
Oh my god,
that was fantastic.
I'm so sorry, fellas. San Jose.
His full name is Theodore Cu Di Pietro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a fucking Theodore?
Of course.
Yeah.
Teddy.
No wonder he can't stay healthy. His name is weak.
He's missing his two chipmunk brothers.
He is. Where Alvin Manioma and
And Simon Betcher.
Oh,
Simon Betcher.
that's crazy. Fellas, Simon he's so ass, too, bro. San Jose. Not Teddy, though. I love Teddy. San Jose. Reasons to be excited. Anyone got a big one? No one's feeling San Jose, huh?
They were better. They were better this year, right?
Yeah.
They were a lot better this year. And their attack was definitely fun. The Bruce Arena project, I think it's not a roaring success, but it also is not a failure. He got his guys in, and he took a defense that was the worst last season to no longer the worst, and they just missed out in the playoffs by decision day. They're in the middle. This is a rebuild. The Arena project wasn't going to. I don't think it was going to be an immediate success, but I think that it's on the right path. And if they're able to now that they can score, can they fix the defense? Which I think Bruce Arena, he is a good defensive coach. So I bet that they will.
Is he a good defensive coach?
Succeed. I think so. I mean, I guess maybe not. Now I'm thinking about it.
To like dovetail off his point though, like there were only 4 teams in the West that scored over 60 goals this year, and 3 of the 4 were in the top 3, and the 4th was San Jose. So if they fix their defense, they should be very good next year.
Do you guys blame the defense on the roster construction or on Arena?
I don't think it's on Arena. I think it's on the roster construction.
Yeah, I mean, kind of a little column A, little column B there.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a mix, but part of their midfield is also just so janky. Like it's like between Mark Anthony Kaye, Ronaldo Vieira, Bo LaRue, who I thought had a really good season, and Ian Harkes, I don't think I can trust any of them as like the best midfielder. You know what I mean? Like not they're all like I wouldn't even say they're complementary of each other. There's just you need one guy that's just going to be like your playmaker from there, you know what I mean? And then one guy to carry the water. I don't think any of them do either of each pretty well, if that makes sense. Like, is anyone convinced by this midfield?
I mean, when they were playing their best, LaRue and Harkes were their 2 best midfielders.
Right. And
which I think you can find a world where LaRue is the starter.
Yes.
But you got to upgrade on Harkes.
Yeah.
And that's what Ronaldo Vieira was supposed to be. He was not.
And then, so I'm going to spoil ahead to my player that deserved better. I know we could put DeJuan Jones in the injury there, but for me, it's Bo LaRue because once Ronaldo Vieira comes in, LaRue dropped, and I never understood that decision. What do y'all think there on player who deserved better?
Christian Espinoza.
Absolutely.
Valid. Joss, you got one?
I also am on the Christian Espinoza train, but I do like the Bo LaRue shout.
Yeah, I think DeJuan Jones is like tough because he got injured. You know, you naturally feel bad for him, but next year they should have him. That's a strong right back to build upon. They have some GAM as well, $1.4 million. Hernan Lopez is gonna be off the books, so they got an open DP spot. One thing here, their U22 signings. Do you guys know who their one and only U22 signing is without looking?
Fuck. They haven't given it to a homegrown.
Nope.
Preston Judd. Preston Judd.
No.
He's like 26.
Not
Is it Buddha?
Not in my heart.
Oh, because I know it's not one of like the youth kids, cause like one of their academy kids. Because I mean, they could give that to like Securus, but they haven't. They could give it to Jack Scan, even though Jack Scan could be 23 now. Who even knows? Fuck.
You guys ready for it? It's a player who probably also deserved better.
Noel
Buck.
Oh,
I
forgot about it.
Yeah, everyone
forgot he was
about this
there.
dude, bro. And that's their only U22 player. So, I mean, there's definitely some roster issues there if you can't find a guy on the U22 that you can, reliably put in your starting 11. Maybe they do find a U22 initiative center back. Maybe. I don't know if that's... I mean, who's done that? New York's done that. That's about it. The Red Bulls, but one final thing on the horizon, potentially new owners? Question mark.
That is true. I have heard about Joe Lacob looking around.
Really?
Yeah,
I haven't heard this.
That should be kind of the biggest hope for all Earthquakes fans here, but I think I mean we could go through the big changes. Mine's are they need some U22 signings, but any other changes for the fellas? Anything to look forward to for San Jose? All right, sick. No more San Jose discourse. San Joah.
Yeah.
Let's go to the New York Red Bulls. We'll keep it short because we did have a Metro Eulogy episode, and so they kind of did get more of that big old rant opening. My thing to be excited for next year, and I wanted to be very very annoying, I guess, about this, is I went Lewis Morgan, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, yay. And I don't know, fellas, I'm over the Red Bulls. The one big thing they should change is everything. They need to change this team up, man. Because there's like DC United. They're like going crazy in the lab. They're doing some wild shit. Meanwhile, I can't help just feel just so much apathy for the Red Bulls. But fellas, what is something to get excited about the 159K GAM New York Red Bulls for next season?
Jesus Christ.
Come on. Sell me on the Red Bulls.
Look, I think the end of their legendary playoff streak, which was legendary not only in MLS but across all of American professional sports in terms of its longevity, is that enough to be a kick in the ass for the Red Bull organization? Maybe. I think that they sneak into the playoffs last year as a 9 seed. Were they a 9 seed? 8 seed.
9.
They were 9, right? Yeah. I'm sorry. That's just baffling to me.
Let me double check.
But I believe they sneak in, right?
7.
In a low
7.
ranking.
They were 7.
Okay, 7. So they get in without having to play in the play-in game. Good. But then they go all the way through to MLS Cup. I mean, it was a pretty mediocre roster, if we're being honest. A mediocre roster swallowed by Emil Forsberg's infidelity, might I add. Go all the way through to MLS Cup, and then that they think, oh hey, we just fell short at the final hurdle to an LA Galaxy team that into the next season were also bad, but that's a whole other thing. So they make it all the way to MLS Cup, fall at the final hurdle. Ownership group is thinking, this is mostly fine. We'll go out, we'll get a big DP. How about Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting, right? Certainly.
Wait, I said that out loud? Oh, shit.
I was like, they got him this year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. We'll go out.
He just wants to defend his boy.
We'll make it all the way. We'll be fine. We'll make it in the playoffs again. So, my point is, things didn't go the way they wanted it to go. They missed the playoffs. Streak's over. damn, maybe we actually do need to try a little harder. That's my point.
Will they though?
I love that point.
Yeah,
though.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like a will they learn from their lesson point. I love it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Daniel? What is your one thing to look forward to for the Red Bulls?
Every end is the start to a beautiful new beginning. This is just the start of a new, longer playoff run. Don't be so down on yourself.
God. Jeremy?
4 more years.
I don't want to talk about them anymore, guys. I don't.
Here's one thing they can look forward to next season. Their first trophy, the wooden spoon.
Their prospective spoon front runners?
Yes.
That's where we're at?
Yes. They are filing in early in my 15th for next season's preseason rankings. 15th in the East.
If they win a spoon before they win a cup, oh my God, guys.
Player
I'm
Don't say that
immediately.
because you're tripping me out now. I'm starting to think to myself, oh my God, what if they're like Vancouver next year? Don't do that. That's dangerous.
They're not going to be like Vancouver next year. Come on now.
Yeah, it's not everyone can just hire a bald Dane. They aren't that rare. Most Danish people have a lot of hair, in case not mistaken.
Christian Eriksen? Is he bald?
He had hair. That's a stylistic choice.
That boy needs to visit Turkey.
Right.
Player who deserved better. You guys have one?
Noah Ayla is just my gut. I don't know if Choupo-Moting deserved better. He was already just like good, but considering
Just snuck that in there.
I had to. But if I'm gonna have to do a Galaxy Brain take, you bet your ass I'm gonna have to keep backing it until like the season's over. Which for the Red Bulls it is. Congratulations to them. I think Ayla is the proper pick here because I didn't rate any of the partners that he had at center back, and their midfield was such a mess. So he'd just basically be like, "Shit, I have to do so much defending." It's both him and Carlos Coronel, I think, tied for the player who deserved better.
Daniel?
My pick is. Oh, sorry, you go, Daniel.
I was just gonna say I was so happy to see these guys not make the playoffs that I think they all got exactly what they deserved.
Oh,
Joss?
my goat, Omar Valencia.
Thank you.
Please, we need some respect on his name. Great left wing back. Is he a left? He's a left wing back. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
he's a
left
left.
back. You'd be surprised.
That's what I thought.
Because he didn't really play due to an illness. But that is
Yeah,
my pick. That's
yeah,
my pick
yeah.
as well.
He's a great. I mean, I think he's great, and honestly, I think the Red Bulls would be stupid to let him go. But Cashford, please, so that he can go to a serious team. So he can go to. Imagine him in this Vancouver 3-back. Oh my God, we'd finally get it. The respect that he deserves.
Can we stop giving Vancouver good things? Like, I know this is like their first year of actually getting good things, but I'm already sick of it.
Hey, we'll have
That's
plenty,
totally fair.
We'll have plenty of more of that to talk about because we do have our bracket challenge. But final thing before we get to the bracket preview: best of the worst 11. So I will start us off here. This is just your 11 players from these ass teams. They didn't make the playoffs, so they're all ass by default. Because how do you miss the playoffs in a league where 67% of the league makes the playoffs?
Wait, what's the percentage?
6-7. Is that what it is? What is it?
I don't know.
That sounds about right.
18 divided by 30. Sorry, 0.6. Wait.
It's not nearly as funny.
Wait, I gotta round it.
Don
God,
Garber, you can expand the playoffs to 10 teams per conference just for the meme.
If he's brave enough.
It is.
If he's brave enough.
It is 6. Sorry, fellas.
We want every team to have a home game.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Everyone, you get a home playoff game, and you get a home playoff game, and you get a home playoff game. But here are some people I think, if you put them in that 11, would probably get a home playoff game. Sean Johnson is my goalkeeper. My left back is David Schnegg. My right back is Peyton Miller. Center back, Maya Yoshida. Other center back, Tanner Beeson. DM, Chris Durkin. I went with a 4-2-4-3-3 with a DM, a CM, and an AM. So I'll get a little mix of them. But I got Chris Durkin, Bo LaRue, Carls Gill. My left winger is Georgi Mihailovic. My right wing is Gabriel Peck. And my striker is Prince Owusu. Fellas, who's got the next XI? 11. Best of the worst.
I'll go.
I got it.
I have.
We'll go
Go
to
ahead.
Jess.
Go.
We'll go to Jess.
Okay, I have in goal Zachary Steffen. Had to put him in there. I think he had a really underrated year this year, and was just let down by his defense. At right back, I have DeJuan Jones, and then my center back partnership is Antonio Carlos and Jalen Neal. Left back, I have Omar Valencia. It's not a left wing back, but I think he can do a job. My midfield pivot is Jack McGlynn and Jonathan Azorio. I do think McGlynn later in his will drop back in to be a little more playmaker, and so I'm just making that a reality sooner. In my front four, on the right wing, I have Georgi Mihailovic. On the left wing, I have Emil Forsberg, and in the middle, I have Carlos Hill behind the guy who scored 18 goals for the worst team in the West, Dejan Joveljic.
Nice. Daniel, go to you.
I did Daniel at goalie. I went with DeJuan Jones at right back, Yoshida and Neal as my center backs, and Escobar as my left back. I did a 4-2-2-2, so I have Royce and Lowen as my double pivots, Forsberg and Carlos Hill as my cams, and Chicho Arango and Navarro as my striker. And I could win Major League Soccer with that lineup.
No defense, all gas, no fucking breaks. Jeremy just finished his, so Jeremy, would you like to share with the class your best of the worst 11?
Yes, I have no other choice, and I just thought of this right after Juanners said this is my best of the worst 11. So, but I stand on it. I stand on this. I do not rush anything. My goalkeeper is Carlos Coronel. DeJuan Jones, Noah Ayla, Falu Fall, and Conrad Wallum make up my back four. Conrad Wallum could
Louis players.
two St. Louis players, you know? I mean, they missed out on the playoffs. Gotta give him something. And Fall, to his credit, is pretty fun. And also, I just could not think of a left back. So, Conrad Wallum, he can play there, allegedly. Let's go for the midfield, Cole Bassett and Artur. I think that's a really fun midfield. Not as fun as the second line in this 4-2-3-1 of Christian Espinoza, Carlos Hill, and Joseph Paintsil. And then Dejan Joveljic up top. That team scores 70 goals. They probably concede 70 goals. But
I do
they
like
didn't make the playoffs.
I do like this team, low key. This team
Yeah.
cooked.
So they concede 70 goals, but like it's not, you know what? This is not Carlos Coronel in goal here. This is spiritually. I'm changing this right now. This is spiritually a John Poolskamp.
Yes.
Goalkeeper right here.
Yes.
So if you score 70,
guy that has to
concede
deal with it.
John Poolskamp, get in there. Need SKC at the top and SKC at the very back.
Now, fellas, it is time to discuss our MLS 2025 bracket challenges. Go over to MLS and fill out your brackets. I wonder how we should do this. Should we just go one by one? Everyone's kind of picks here. Here, we'll go by each matchup. So between Portland / RSL and San Diego, everyone seems to have gone. We got Daniel and Josh going San Diego, and then Jeremy, are you going? Is that RSL you think is going to get through?
I'm going RSL. I think they have one dog because I mean they should be favored tomorrow, right? If we're being honest, they should be favored. I think they have enough dog to get past San Diego in the first round. So I'm not picking like, oh, whoever wins Port, because if Portland wins, they're toast against San Diego. That's what happened last weekend. It's just not going to happen, guys. But if RSL wins, and they probably will, then I think they dog San Diego a little bit. So yeah, I this is entirely contingent on RSL winning, which once again, as you're also going to see, these wild card matchups are very, very important in my bracket. Because if the wrong team wins, then my entire bracket is screwed. And it starts with RSL winning tomorrow and then beating San Diego in the first round.
Let's go to Joss and Daniel. You both went for San Diego. What do you guys? Do you guys know about expansion teams losing in the first round? Did you miss the memo?
Oh,
on that one,
Juanners.
Joss?
Juanners. I was there when it happened.
Exactly.
However, we have to remember that the team that lost in the first round is a spiritually evil team, St. Louis City. San Diego, I don't think are spiritually evil yet.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Do you know the
Anders
Do you know
Anders
the
Dreyer.
loyal?
Anders Dreyer could not be spiritually evil. He's a nice Danish man. Okay.
He has a cop badge on his chest, Joss.
Fuck. God damn it. But that is the lesser of my point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make here is that they ran up against Peter Vermes, tactical magician, masterclass, and also it was a hateful derby. It was the I-70 derby, the derby queue in that first round. And they had our number. So for that reason, St. Louis lost. Also spiritually evil. On this side of things, I don't know if RSL or Portland have the dog factor needed, especially away from home. Because remember, SKC had to go away from, and they slapped St. Louis around 4-1. I don't know if either of these two teams have a 4-1 in them, even if they were going against like a little league team. I'm still not sure it'd be a 4-1.
RSL does have a 4-1 in them, but not on the right side of it.
But yeah, right.
So I'm gonna go to Daniel. Why are you feeling San Diego here?
I just think the San Diego team doesn't have that same kind of vibe that we got from, I guess, Cincinnati from 2 years ago when they built such a big gap in the East that they were able to sit some players at the end of their season when they clinched number one. And because of that, they flopped. I don't think that this team is like that. I think this team has some dogs. They're in really good form right now. They're top 5 in the league for points in their last 10 games. So clearly they kept on winning because they had to. They had to lock up that spot. So I think because of that, it's not that RSL or Portland don't have that dog factor. It's just they're kind of coming up against a team that's like moving like light years faster and have all season. So I think
Also,
that's kind of the
one other thing to keep in mind. Lozano, fully healthy, does not make the trip to Portland last weekend. Mikey Vera says it's an internal issue. Something to monitor.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go with it. No
Trouble
Irving.
in Paradise.
Not Irving. But my pick is Portland, actually.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Why?
because they're gonna Red Bulls everyone.
oh, wait a minute. Now, buddy.
Look at how the Red Bulls went into the playoffs last season. They were fucking dog shit. What is Portland doing heading into the playoffs this season? Fucking dog shit. I'm telling you, sometimes magic strikes in the playoffs. The team that's ready, Portland's done more playoff stints than San Diego and the entire. It's just that it's that expansion, that expansion noob territory, y'all. That's what I'm really leaning on for this one, but I can't give it to RSL. Come on now.
It is also worth noting that Phil Neville successfully dodged a bee sting on Monday prior to a game against a team from the Beehive State. So I like my analytical brain is saying they're going to get smashed, but my emotional brain that is still disgusted with the Salt Lake Bees for moving to Daybreak is saying he avoided the bee sting. They're going to win. So, yeah, this is soccer after all, Like, numbers don't mean anything.
Let's pivot to the other Western Conference matchup. Well, I guess there's a bunch. Seattle, Minnesota. Everyone has got Seattle except for... Wow, split. Another split again. Here we are. Jeremy picks Minnesota. Josh picks Minnesota, and me and Daniel are the only ones that pick Seattle here. I also will mention Logan. He's helping me out with some other box state stuff, but he has San Diego going through and Seattle going through. Why Minnesota, y'all? Like, I'm not seeing it with Minnesota. I would like to hear the case for them by either Jeremy or Josh, even if Jeremy's case is not Seattle.
No, my case is I am a hater.
Okay, Josh.
My case for Minnesota boils down to history. Okay.
Ooh.
Minnesota, if you guys remember, in 2020, they lost a heartbreaking game in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
It was like wasn't it like a last minute, was it overtime last minute winner for Seattle to basically knock Minnesota out?
I think it was within regulation.
They got away with it. Yes.
Yeah.
They got away with it. So it boils down to that. That is because if Minnesota had won, then they would have gone to MLS Cup, I believe.
Or they would have lost to the Fighting Zelorayons, yes.
Right, okay. Yes, that's right. Okay, I remember that now. Yep. Okay, so for that would have been their first cup final. They're still looking for their first cup final, actually. So those scars are still there. If you don't think that around somewhere in St. Paul this week, they are just reliving that. They are playing that on every wall. I mean, Michael Boxall was there. So a lot of these guys that have been in and around the organization, they're going to remember. It's going to be like it was yesterday. It's going to be fresh, and they're going to want to stomp in and get what they need. Also, Pedro de la Vega is out for Seattle. Seattle still really don't have a decided on starting 11. And if there's one thing we know about Minnesota is that they know what their best team is, because we have seen it over and over again this year. Marcanic has decided to become the best left wing back in the league. Michael Boxall is still long throwing. I think that we're going to see an upset in Seattle and a win in Minnesota.
Oh, and they got Daniel O'Shea. Oh, wait, no, they don't got that guy, though.
Boo.
They do not, but also the wild card, the first round series is interesting because if you get to, if it's tied after 90, it goes right to penalty kicks. So I'm backing Dane St. Clair over Stephen Fry in a penalty shootout because I don't think Schmetzer is going to do the brave and correct thing and start Andrew Thomas in these games that can end in penalties.
Let's go to LAFC in Austin. Daniel, do you have any case for Seattle? Or because, I mean, my case is that Minnesota suck, but before we move on.
Which isn't a pro Seattle take. That's just
exactly.
Come on, Loons.
My take is I thought they were good last year and they got quartered in the playoffs, so I don't trust them.
Who, Minnesota?
They did.
Or?
Minnesota.
Yeah, they did get a little bit humiliated by those Galaxy, didn't they?
Yeah, they got smoked. So I just don't trust them.
Valid.
That's the only reason.
Let's go to LAFC and Austin. Everyone's got LAFC. Now I have Austin
Do
because
you actually?
I do. This is
This is a troll job. This is crazy.
Is not a troll job. This is probably the worst matchup for LAFC because all the other teams want to. Well, maybe Minnesota as well, but I think LAFC just dominates Minnesota. But it wasn't too long ago that Austin beat them. They were without. Buanga and Son, but Austin was out. What does he even do? Uzuni, so.
That's fair.
Apples and apples.
Apples and apples, fellas. But I think when you look at Austin are the only team that are built to withstand whatever LAFC are going to bring them, and they're the only team that could realistically knock them out and force them into like a desperate situation. No other team is defensively compact enough to stifle an LAFC quite like Austin. And so that's my case, but willing to hear anyone else poke holes in that because it is, you got to score goals at the end of the day. But anyone got a case for LAFC, a strong case?
God, who are those guys? Heung-min Son, Denny Buwanga. It's a Toronto last stand. Austin FC might be in a little bit of an Open Cup hangover. I just think it's stacked against Austin FC right now.
Valid. And I mean, they're also your champion, huh?
Maybe.
I can see Austin forcing game 3. I can't see them winning the entire series.
Interesting.
And keep in mind, a lot of their success recently has just been late goal. Like, defend. Oh, there's late goal. Late goal has done it again. So, I don't know how sustainable that is. And also, even though I am starting to believe that Brad Stuver wins one of these penalty shootouts, I think this series does go 3. If we're being completely honest, it does go 3 with Austin taking 1 in penalties. But I mean, if this gets to a point where Austin is down 1-0, the game is over.
Let's move ahead. Vancouver, Dallas, Joss, and Daniel both picking upsets here, going with FC Dallas. We are Peter Musa pilled over here, but Daniel, I'm going to go to you. What are you seeing in Dallas pulling off the upset against Vancouver?
I don't know. I just really like the idea of it. I like the story. I'm being 100% honest with you. There's always just like that one surprise and that one upset in every big tournament like this. So that's just the one that felt right to me. I don't know why.
Joss?
Kind of feels like a New York Red Bull almost from last year.
I mean, listen, Dallas just beat a Vancouver team. Now, granted, Vancouver were down to 10 men most of the and Dallas's goalkeeper may
equalized.
Have won man of the match. But, and this is important, they didn't. So I'm going off of Dallas because Dallas are like, you know what, I'll do it again. And that's the vibe that I get from overall the most MLS team ever. Lalas Abubakar, he is going to have a standout, lights out performance in Vancouver. Probably takes it all the way to penalties where Dallas dispatched Vancouver over penalties, and then they come back to Frisco, and Peter Musa shows why he is and carries Dallas through to the next round of the Audi MLS Cup playoffs.
Man, my champion is Vancouver because if there's going to be a season where I have them as the last team in the West, I don't want to miss them on the MLS Cup champion retread here. But Dallas is like fine for them to get the nod into the playoffs, but I always just figured they'd fall out. Vancouver's just too good, fellas. Like, that's really where it is for me, I guess, but it all gets thrown out in the playoffs, right? I'm going to go towards Josh. Tell me your Eastern Conference, how it shakes out for you. Just tell me your rest of bracket there, because I want to get to Daniels in a little bit, but we're running on time as well. So what is your Eastern conference looking like?
Right. So in the first round, I have Philadelphia beating Chicago. I do think Chicago will get the win at home against Orlando in the play-in game. Philadelphia will then beat whatever team comes out of Chicago who comes out of that. I have Nashville upsetting Miami. Dude, the vibes are high in Nashville. BJ Callahan ball is here for the playoffs, and I'm here for BJ Callahan ball. And then Columbus will upset Cincinnati in the first round derby. They have continually had Cincinnati's number in the playoffs, sponsored by Audi, and this year feels like no different. You want me to go all the way through to my final?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. In the next round, and then I also have NYCFC setting Charlotte. My coach of the year in our last episode was Pascal Janssen, and show. Also, no, is Wolf Zaha suspended?
Yes.
For one game.
Okay, so he's at least suspended for one game. And then in the next round, Philadelphia will get upset by NYCFC. Bradley Carnell will be upset again as the number 1 seed because that's what happens. And also NYCFC will have at least one game on it. You know how that's going to go. Alonso Martinez will show off his prowess. And then Columbus versus Nashville. I again, Columbus upset. Say it with me now. Columbus upset. Wilfred Nazi ball in the playoffs knocks out BJ Callahan ball. And Columbus moves on to face NYCFC in the Eastern Conference Final, where NYCFC wins and goes on to lose to LAFC, my champions, in the MLS Cup Final. That's how it's going to happen.
Jeremy, we'll go to you for the
in
East.
LA. God, an LAFC NYCFC final is such haram ball, but it makes sense. Okay, bear with me. I said earlier that winning the winner of the wild card game is very important. It is none more important than in my bracket because the Chicago Fire are going to win the wild card game. They are going to beat Philly in the first round because, as Josh said, I think he's giving Carnell a little too much credit by saying he'll be able to get out of the first round as the number 1 seed. I haven't seen anything to make me believe that. Also, you won the Shield. There's a curse there. Chicago Fire into the next round. They will face Charlotte, who will defeat NYCFC in 3 games. The Chicago Fire beat Charlotte. 1 game playoff. Because then it gets down to single elimination. They beat Charlotte in Charlotte. Like, Juanners was talking about how, it's the Timbers. They're the New York Red Bulls. No. Like, only in the terms of them sucking. But there's only one team that's actually going to make a run from that wildcard spot. It's the Chicago Fire. They're now in the conference finals after dispatching Charlotte. They will face Nashville, who beat Inter Miami in the first round in the best 3-game playoff series we will ever see. One that provides further proof of concept for Don Garber, and next year forces every single round of the playoffs to be best of 3. That win in the first round for Nashville sees them face Columbus, who only need 2 games to beat Cincinnati, whose time as frauds finally catches up to them. Nashville then beats Columbus at home to go to the Eastern Conference Final, where they lose to the Chicago Fire, who have reached MLS Cup against LAFC and win MLS Cup. They're the MLS Cup champs. I'm not confident in any other team aside from the Chicago Fire. That's just what it is. It's going to be the Chicago Fire, guys. Like, Juanners doesn't want to not pick the Whitecaps because he's just like, well, I mean, like, I missed them in the preseason. I'm not missing them now. I'm not missing the Chicago Fire winning MLS Cup. I will not let that happen for myself.
Bro,
it's going to be the Chicago Fire.
They're going to lose tomorrow.
I don't know about that, you know?
Oh man,
yes,
it's gonna be insane if they lose tomorrow.
if they lose tomorrow, my Eastern Conference champion is still gonna win. Like in that case, it just
Ooh.
turns into Nashville, and Nashville wins MLS Cup.
Okay. The double? They do the double?
They do the double.
You know, it's
be
interesting
crazy.
that both Joss and Jeremy have Columbus and Nashville upsets. Me and Daniel firmly have, what is it? I'm scrolling for Daniel's. We both have Miami and Cincinnati going through. But Daniel, run us through your East, because I want to point something out here. Are you a Charlotte fan?
No. There was some logic, kind of
No.
involved.
Officially, he said no. I'm gonna clip that.
Okay, so hear me out. This is what I'm thinking. If Orlando beats Chicago like I expect, this scenario does not become an issue. But it becomes an issue for me if Chicago does win. I have Philadelphia beating presumably Orlando in this situation and moving on to play Charlotte, who beats NYCFC. I initially picked Charlotte because NYCFC and Charlotte are kind of like the same team this last back half of the season. So if I had to take a stab at it, I'm going to pick the team I like better.
Fair.
I think Miami, Nashville is pretty clear cut. I took Miami there. And I think between the Hell is Real Derby, I am going to take Cincinnati. In my semis, I have Charlotte beating Philadelphia. No real analysis on that one, guys.
He said he's bringing
I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
He said he's bringing logic.
There was no real analysis on that one. I took Miami over Cincinnati.
Hashtag
I
can
took-
defend this.
I can defend this.
Hashtag not bias.
I took Miami over Cincinnati. I think there's going to be some ref tomfoolery involved. I think they're going to make Miami go to the semis because that's what happens in big moments, because that's what everyone wants to believe. So fuck it, I'm going to believe it, because if Miami makes a run, everyone's just going to say it's because of the refs or because of Messi, one of the two, or because Messi. And then I have Charlotte beating Miami in the semis because
Because you're a Charlotte fan.
at this point, Gorno will be on his 8th playoff goal, and he'll just be on fucking fire. In my head, at this point, Gorno's had 8 goals. Abada has 3 goals, 4 assists. Zaha's back, already on another red. It's gonna be sick.
And Pep Biel's out, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
we don't need him. We got Bronico.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Just making sure we're on the same page.
Man, here's the model pick. The model pick has San Diego going through, Seattle going through, LAFC going through, Dallas with the Vancouver upset, LAFC dispatch of Dallas. San Diego go through to face LAFC, and they go through actually the MLS Cup final. So the model is backing San Diego here. But then on the other side, Philly beat Orlando. Orlando is the model picked Orlando there. But Philly beats Orlando. They go on to face NYC, who upset Charlotte. NYCFC do another upset. They upset Philly. They go to the semis. But of the Cincinnati, Hell is Real, Derby, and Columbus, Cincinnati go through. Miami go through against Nashville. The simulation for the Cincy-Miami one was insane when I was doing it, but Cincy goes through. They beat NYCFC and they beat San Diego to win the Audi MLS Cup champions as the model pick. So we're going to see how we do against the machine. My pick is Vancouver, not because I don't want to miss out, but because they are the best team, and I'm ready for the best team to win MLS Cup. All right.
Boo.
They don't have the center backs.
They have
Like,
Bell
that's the big.
Hal Booney, who is going to be.
They're gonna have to put Ralph Priso at center back against Buwanga and Son.
I don't
Like,
Wait, no, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. In my bracket, they're not because Austin beats them. Come on.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't need. You could put Joah Ortiz at center back against Austin. Phil, don't think about it. He's thinking He's thinking about it. Oh no,
fellas, we have discussed a potential punishment for last place of the bracket challenge. Do we have any ideas we want to throw out? I know someone said a box State Footy full kit wanker at a MLS game, promoting and pushing outside the box and box State Footy as a whole. But does anyone else have any bracket challenge punishments?
I like that.
I don't think there should be punishments for this. I mean, it's going to be Daniel who loses, obviously, but like, I mean, I don't have any desire to see Daniel be punished for just sticking to his heart.
I mean,
sure about that?
It is easier to pick a champion out of 18 teams than it is to correctly identify where 30 teams will land on a given season, but we'll workshop it.
That's more fun. That's more fun. It's more fun to try and be like, oh, like how much did we get wrong? Who's laminating the spreadsheet? Like that kind of stuff. It's more fun to do that and be like, yeah, sure, we'll have a punishment for that because like that's like an entire story of an entire season. This is the playoffs. This is where logic goes to die and weird things happen, like Seattle actually winning at BMO Stadium and a penalty kick hitting two posts and not crossing the line.
Okay, we had it. You had a great example already, Jeremy. You really did. The first example was great. The Seattle one, I loved it. Why'd you bring up the double post?
Well, because I'm saying like anything can happen in these playoffs.
Oh, Casper could happen in these playoffs.
Yeah, Casper, mid-game Casper. Never happened before. Could happen.
That's the new Galaxy rule. That's the new Galaxy rule for next year.
Oh my god,
true. That's funny.
I agree with Jeremy though. This is where shit just. I mean, you're at the dance, right? Whatever happens at the dance, it happens, and you know we'll see from there. But fellas, we're here at the end. Before we do, I'm gonna give out Logan's bracket here. He's got San Diego beating Portland or RSL, maybe Portland. I don't think he'd pick RSL there. Seattle beating Minnesota. LAFC beating Austin. Vancouver beating Dallas, and he does have Vancouver beating LA. So there is kind of someone out there that thinks Ralph Priso can do it against Buanga and Son. On the other side, Philadelphia go all the way through to the final. They face Vancouver in the final there, and they have Vancouver as the champion. So someone else believes in Jesper Sorensen's baldness is the great bald Dane.
His bald knowledge.
Ooh,
I like that. That's Josh, from Hawk Dua to bald knowledge.
Put that on my gravestone.
You are a wizard, my friend.
Oh, nice.
And he's always off to see them.
Nice.
I guess we'll lead off with that. Josh, where can they find you?
You can find me on X, the Everything app. Just kidding. Still called Twitter, at Josh Bathtub. I'm also I help run Off to See the Wizard, SKC Kansas City fan, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok channel. So you can find us there. Two of my co-hosts are in Italy right now. They went to a lower Serie B game and recorded their time there.
Gianluca Buzio?
No, unfortunately not. But Juve Stabia, who are managed. I think he's in Greece, is he not?
I don't know. He could be anywhere.
Bring him
he
home.
Could be anywhere.
Bring him home.
But the team they watched was managed by Ignazio Abate. So any nerd.
Yes.
AC Milan. So
one of the best
check us out
ever on FIFA. Daniel, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter, formerly known as X the Everything app, at Vox Pro MLS. You'll see me on there as Major League Show.
Jeremy, where can they find you?
Find me on the Everything app at Sports Guy Jeremy, on the Butterfly app at jeremypeterman.bsky.social. You can read my work at cascadiafc.com. For those of you who are looking to tune in to tomorrow's Western Conference wildcard game, please don't. But if you do, I wrote about it and why the Timbers are actually going to win because Phil Neville avoided a bee sting by the team from the Beehive State.
You can follow me at Juanners715. That is how Chris Armas found me. You can follow Box State Footy at Box State Footy. Go to boxstatefooty.com for all our relevant links. We'll be back. We'll probably be back after the first round and the initial playoffs. Give some time for the listeners to enjoy the playoff here and listen maybe while it's going and see who got wrong immediately. That will be definitely fun to do. But yeah, that's going to be it from us here at Outside the Box. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see ya when we see ya. Bye-bye.